Where are the small characters? Okay, look, we don't have boozing. I understand that. And I understand that technically speaking, next patch, we're kind of sort of entering into a war arc, or at least what supposedly looks like a final battle. I'm still interested, but like where? If we're not getting more 4-stars to pull, speaking of pulling, let's be honest here, pulling in Wuthering Waves can be expensive. So thank you to Top of Live for sponsoring this video. Using the discount code of SAY, you can get 12% off. And this allows you to purchase not just the individual top-ups for pulls or the monthly card or even the battle pass, but subsequently also even the bonuses like the wings, in case some of you actually want that, or even the monthlies. And for those of you who are a little bit unlucky, Top of Life also has bundles which allow you to get the maximum number of gems required to get a character at max pity, especially if you lose at 50-50. So once again, thank you to Top of Life for sponsoring this video. Can we at least get skins? Like, I use Verena, and I'm not gonna pull the guy. I'm not gonna pull Verena unless she is like a actual upgrade to my Mono Fusion team. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even use Mono Fusion. It's just Chong-Li. It's just Chang-Li at this point. Like, she's used Quick Swap with my Carlotta because both of them are C2. I've mentioned before, I want generalist supports. I've mentioned before, Verena is hot. I like her. This outfit is great. The shorts, great. The back view, like bra you can see, great, amazing. I approve 10 out of 10. Same thing right here because like you get upskirt. It's free upskirt. Like, why wouldn't you like it? But like, we don't get them to begin with. At least to make them generalist. We're not getting the guy I'm not pulling for. He's not even that good from what I've heard, but like still, like technically speaking, you can say Kartethia was small boob, like she is, but then she switches to Flitterlies and it's like, okay, what happened? Why? You had like a perfect design and they just kind of drag that one out. And I am not counting Yoo-Hoo. Let's be real here. None of you use her, and she isn't, for what she's supposed to do, that good. Ignore the build here. I told you, look, there are a certain, if we're looking at my account, everyone past, I'll say everyone past Gion is not used. And I'm gonna be real, I don't even use Gion that much. Like, this man's build has not changed since I originally got him the first time. Same thing with Jinxie. Shorekeeper, I don't know why she has that much crit. Don't question some of these builds, okay? Look, Chang-Li has 50, I know it's 50-72, but she's C2. That's my excuse. Same thing with Carlotta. She's like 74, but like she gets crit from this, so I'm counting that. And technically speaking, this sometimes run with Shorekeeper. Now, don't get me wrong, I like a lot of the characters I have. I want to invest more into Encore, but I need String Master at that point. And look, Yinlin is not getting everyone, and Yinlin is not worth pulling, even if, like, look, I have her, but I have her because I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to use her with Jinxie. I haven't used it. She is too clunky for me to comfortably slide into a Jinxie rotation. I would much rather just use a Gion as a backup DPS in that same team. With that being said, free the booba. Give me smaller ones. How is it that, like, among the characters you gave a skin to, none of them were like the flatter characters? And I haven't even actually like seen Roshia. Verena still has no story significance. Like, yeah, she was in that one quest for like 5 seconds and that was it. Give this girl a companion story, especially because apparently we're not getting those anymore. This is a mini unhinged rant. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't just like lollies. I like a lot of character designs here. They're pretty nice. They're pretty cool. But I would obviously like more variety, especially when the story just isn't going to include a lot of these other characters I do like. Like, we haven't seen a boy of the same motto as Lin Yang since launch. Like, he is the only one. A lot of characters from 1.0 just aren't getting characterization. Ignore the gems. I dumped a lot of pulls. And even if we're talking post 2.0, most characters last the length of their banner within the story and then they are gone afterwards. Like, as an example, we had the entire quest with Ayuna and Augusta that was regarding a gladiators against the Darktide, and Lupo was nowhere to be seen. Like, okay, we just saved you, I understand, but like you couldn't even see us off. You don't even like exist. So that's a whole different story. That's a whole different issue. I'm interested in seeing how this goes, but in that same vein, in that same train of thought, I'd also like to say, as much as the game is very pretty, it's very nicely animated. I really feel like no one needed the leaves to pick up off the ground when you use an arrow attack or something like that. No one needed the bridges to move when you walk. A lot of people needed the performance to improve in the first place. Dealing with this entire first area, wonderful. The moment we reached like over to Septimont, because I think Rita itself had fine performance. Don't get me wrong, I think there's some like choice areas that are very low, sometimes here and there, but for the most part, it's very similar to the first couple areas. And then you reach Septimont, and it just goes downhill, because once you bridge over the Septimont, you have this entire section here, and that is, the performance significantly differs, and it sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like the game is unplayable, the game still runs fine, but you can tell. So why focus on, hey, adding more random features that a lot of individuals realistically aren't going to care about? I don't think anyone really cared about the fact that water now has physics when you glide over it. More people would have been more interested if the game ran smoothly. You have to launch the game and it has to re-update almost every other time for minuscule updates. And they shut down the game to do that. It sucks. And as a side note, 3-piece echo sets. Look, I like 3-piece echo sets. Don't get me wrong. They're cool in theory, but my God, farming these things is awful. Because, oh, you want to farm them. How about you go farm this daily? So they're not just gonna give me this? You're not just gonna give me the standard thing we've had for every other section? Unless I am stupid and retarded and missing something. It sucks. 3-piece echoes, I like the concepts. They're wonderful in theory. In practice, it sucks to try and farm these. With that being said, free the booba. Give me smaller boobs, and I will be satisfied. Not just that, give me smaller boobs and I'll be satisfied, but subsequently also, please remember, characters exist after their banner. I don't want this to be a situation where we go into the next patch, everyone's there, no one interacts with each other, or previous story events are not acknowledged. I don't want it to be a situation to where I go in there and Augusta and Yuno are like besties. I don't want it to be the situation to where we go there and everybody acts like there hasn't been like a year-long gap between us all talking. I'm not holding my head up high in this. I'm not having high hopes. I'm just saying this is what I don't want. But hey, tell me your thoughts down below. Who are you investing into? Once Roshia reruns, I will be pulling. Same thing with Carlotta here. I'm not Cartethia. But like, I want more variety, because if you're someone who only likes these designs, good luck. One of them is a support that isn't even that valuable for the team that she's supposed to be a support for, and one of them is extremely valuable, but she's the only one. So I'll see you next time.